think I'm entitled. You want answers. I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
We are the madmen of masculinity.
Your home for healthy masculinity. We're just real men having real conversations for you.
Good morning, Mad Men Mafia.
I am Kirk M. Samuels.
And I am Jason B. Kendrick.
And we are the mad men of masculinity.
That's right. We're just real men having real conversations for you.
We have real conversations for you, folks.
For you.
You know what I'm saying? We do this thing right here in the Mile High City, KLDC. You know what I'm saying? 12:20 a.m., man. You can find us here every weekend, Saturday mornings, Wednesday evenings. Y'all know where we at. Online, madmenradio.com, all those kind of good things. If you're watching this online, whether it's YouTube, YouTube Live, Facebook Live, if you hate it, hit that little like button or the little heart, and you'll never see us again.
Never.
If you hate it, that's how to get rid of us.
Especially if you hit that little bell one on the end.
Yeah. You'll never see us again. If you hate it, then do that. And just like hitting unsubscribe on an email.
And especially, if you really hate us, make sure you put like nice long sentences in there telling us how much you hate us.
Yeah, do that.
Because we like that feedback. We like to feel, like you're there with us.
We old guys and we like that kind of stuff.
Yes.
Man.
We
Negative attention is better than no attention.
Yeah.
We trying to get canceled, man. We got to work harder.
I know, because cancel seems to be how you do it nowadays.
I mean, ain't nobody trying to cancel us yet, man.
Speaking of, if you don't want to wait until Saturday to listen to us on the radio or Wednesday at 6, then you can always jump on YouTube, Mad Men of Masculinity on YouTube, and you can go back. We've got hundreds of episodes, lots of content, thousands of hours. I mean, you can really jump down the rabbit hole with us if you would like to do so.
How old are you, JBK?
I'm not gonna
man, it's not come on, man.
I'll plead the fifth in the
What are you, a girl? Come on, man.
You're
a man.
I'm 48.326.
Oh, look at this dude, man. You be 49 in 3 months?
Yeah, Jose. So I'm 48.75.
Something like that. Yeah, well, I'm 51.25.
There you go.
You know what I'm
See,
saying?
it's at 0.25 that matters.
51 and a quarter. Point is, we ain't spring chickens.
Well, I got some spring in my chicken.
Yeah, whatever.
It might be those additives, but I got some spring in my chicken.
You got something, something. Anyhow, we getting gray. You're getting older, man, and a lot of things that used to be just ain't what they are no more.
Yeah, certain things that they're lower than they used to be. Let's just put it that way. They're not holding up.
Us as men, man, as we get older, things change.
They do.
As we get older, things, shift around, move around, and man, you could just hit the gym one time when you're 20-something years old and lose like 3 or 4 pounds, and
you can just look at weights when you're a teenager and things will happen.
Now you look at a cheeseburger and you gain 3 pounds.
Yeah, how's that happen?
I don't know, man, but we got a guy for that.
Do we?
We got, man, the Mad Men Mafia, man. I'm telling you,
be growing.
Mad Men universes be growing, man. I'm telling you, we got people who know people who connect us with people, man, and we got a guy.
And we just got people.
Yeah, we got people.
And speaking of people,
yeah.
For those of you over 40, and you know what? Not even over 40. We're going to talk about fit over 40 because we are.
Yeah.
But for any of y'all that want to get fit and maybe need an alternative to getting a personal trainer in the gym, an alternative to, how it was traditionally done, I think we have the man for you.
Absolutely.
Mr. Claude.
What's up?
How's it going, sir?
Going good, man.
I'll put you back in the middle. There you go.
I like the
middle on the screen. You know what I'm saying?
That's the position of honor.
See, look at you. You right there, man. You like the good part of the Oreo cookie, man.
That's the best part.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Not the part that get twisted off. You the part that's like the part people like.
Why do I feel like I'm the one that gets twisted off? I don't know. It's all you said that because
because you old, man.
What?
That's what happens when you get old.
I get it.
I'm older too, but black don't crack. So brown don't frown and beige don't age.
I like that.
I still need to go to Home Depot and get my color sample to figure out where I'm at. But that changes all year long. Like summertime, I get a little darker. Wintertime, I get a little whiter. I don't even know. We change like a chameleon.
I think the longer I stay in Denver, I get whiter. That's something totally
because you live in Parker, but I ain't gonna say nothing.
Yeah, it is what it
Oops,
is.
I said it.
You did say it, man. But again, as we get older, man, some of us age like wine, some of us age like beer and milk. I'm not saying which one of us is you, but
you. No, I'm sitting right here. I can hear you.
I didn't say which one of us is you, but just call you Milky Beard and you be out. Anyhow,
Milky Beard, is that who?
Victor, how's it going, sir?
I'm doing good.
Man,
what are you calling Victor for?
I mean, did I say Victor?
Yeah, it's Claude, but I knew what he was talking about. Yeah.
You know why I said because you look just like a dude I know named
It's like, see how everybody always say that, like, you look like my
No,
cousin.
if I showed you a picture,
That's
you'd be
what
like,
covered.
yo, Claude, man.
Yeah.
You probably get as many people calling you Jean-Claude as I do people get me calling Captain Kirk.
And back in the day, yeah, that
Tell
was,
me, man.
I called myself Jean-Claude.
Did you?
I did the splits and everything.
And I asked you beforehand, your last name was Olguin?
It's Olguin.
And I looked at it, I was like, man, what does that sound like? That could be all kinds of things. You said it's Spanish.
I think it's Spain. I think it comes from Spain with the H at the beginning. We dropped it.
Yeah.
Some people didn't. That's all right.
Well, Spain is right next to France. You know, they don't know how to spell nothing. So you could blame it on the French.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, Claude, man, we coming clean up in here today, man.
Let's do it.
All right, how old are you?
I am 46.
46?
Just turned 46.
Man,
The baby in the room.
you look like about 30.
Thank you very much.
Real, you definitely in better shape than both of us combined.
My blood work says I am, but
You in better shape than Tanner in there. He's 25 years old. How old are you, Tanner?
25.
See, I was right. See,
Right
you've
on
been
the
paying
money.
attention. Look at you, man. I'm telling you, the best looking one up in here,
Thank you
man.
very much. Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
I wish I had my wrist brace because dude shakes hands like I might need a little.
I tried to
support
play it
there.
off when I came in.
you're like,
I was like, "What's up, man? How you doing? How you doing, man?"
See, that's the whole thing. You don't even know his own strength, but that's
it.
why we brought you in because we want help as
Yeah.
men over 40 to
Let's
get to
talk
that
about
point.
it.
Because
Yeah.
I mean, there are things like Kirk was talking about. Things just
Yeah.
start to kind of fall off, and you know, at this age, you go to the doctor and they're like, "Yeah, things are just going to be that way now." They don't even try to fix nothing after 40. They're just like, "Yep, you're going to hurt now."
Suck it up.
So, Claude, what's your fitness journey been like over the course of your life?
Man,
Have you always been this swole?
No, I've been swollen in the wrong places. Been
Easy.
rotund.
Easy. Oh, okay.
Rotund.
Family show.
Rotund.
No, it ain't, but know about it.
No, I've been up and down. I've been fit. I've worked out for a while. Then I gave up. Life happened. Kids happened. It was just, I think my heaviest was like 220 of just gross.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sounds like a David Goggins kind of story. Like chocolate donuts and
Kind of.
chocolate shakes and all that stuff, and then now he's running to Mars and back.
Yeah, I'm not running to Mars. I'll tell you that. I'm not
Well, that
running
dude,
at all.
that dude has got a whole different mindset. Like, good on you, but no, thank you.
I love it.
Now, I found myself in a valley a long time ago, and this was like in the heat of addiction and all that kind of stuff, where I was, I think, 235, 240 or something like that, 5'10". I was, pretty chunkified. And then I realized that, man, I was like the problem. Like when I kept trying to just shove everything into my body that my body didn't need, then I was causing a whole lot of issues. And then, luckily I was blessed enough to lose a good chunk of pounds. At
You're
one
looking
point.
good,
Yeah,
man.
well,
You're checking my guns out over there.
And then, the last 4 or 5 months, I've been at it kind of thing. But anyhow, and so us as guys, like when we go through these different, you talked about kind of the different phases of life and all that kind of stuff. Are there different phases besides just the aging process that guys deal with in terms of fitness?
Yeah, man. I mean, look at your blood work. I mentioned blood work. If you look at your blood work when you were 20, it does not look anything like it does when you're 40, over 40, 50. It totally changes.
Yeah, I know for both of us. I mean, we had Dr. Leon from Castle Rock Men's Health, and it was because of him that I think both of us really kind of turned that corner. I was one of those ones where I was always thin. I, never really put on weight and didn't really put on weight even when I tried to work out when I was younger. I used to joke, said I had like Bruce Lee muscles. They don't grow, but they get strong kind of thing. But then as you get older, things just start slowing down. And even, it was around 2020 when I was like, okay, I'm going to sit on the couch and watch all of Netflix and all of the internet and drink all the beer. And then, don't go back to any of our 2020 videos because I don't like any of those because I was big. I was heavier and bigger than I've ever been. So it was adding that testosterone, adding those hormones, and then changing my diet and doing things like that really helped. But those are the things like you can't expect how it is when you're in your teens and 20s to continue forever. There comes a point where you got to go turn around and go, okay, I need to change things. Otherwise, this is going to get bad quick.
If you don't do it right, it's going to happen one way or the other. It's either going to go right direction or wrong direction. Yeah. So you got to take that bull by the horns and just get after it.
And so now, I mean, let's get this established right up front. So now you actually help people.
I do.
In terms of their fitness journey, their health journey. I mean, I don't even know if fitness, in some ways, fitness seems like a small lane because I got a feeling what you do is probably bigger than just how many push-ups you can do in a day kind of thing, right?
more of a health and wellness, right? Like
Right.
longevity. Diabetes runs big in my family. Something that's the only running I'm going to do. I will run from that all day long. But trying to help other people reverse type 2 diabetes or any other kind of diseases that they're struggling with and get some age back on their years. I mean, I think the way you eat back in the day, if we continue that process, it just shortens our year, shortens our lifespan. So if we can, I feel like I've been able to put that back on. I did my blood test. It says I'm 34 and according to my blood work, 46, I feel good. If I would have continued to go with that old mentality, sitting in the car, put my seatbelt on, pinching my belly fat, like that was not my best moment. So, now trying to help people reverse that on their own, be able to say, hey, I'm here for my kids, I'm here for my grandkids, I'm here for my spouse, whatever that looks like just trying to help people be better, 1% every day.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's something that you need is kind of a why. Why are you doing this? Because
Right.
especially for us, like Kirk said, when you were a teenager, 20-something, you could just go in the gym once and drop 3 pounds and be swole for a month. Now it's like you need to be very consistent. That's what I found even for myself. Like once I got on testosterone replacement therapy and started hitting the gym, it was like you could see a drastic change.
Right.
And then life happens, you start to fall off, and then once you fall off far enough, you're like, I'm so tired. I don't want to go to the gym. I worked all day.
Yeah.
And then it's just that thing where you've got to be very consistent.
Right.
So I think having somebody like you who can, do you do custom plans, or is it mostly just the videos and stuff that you do online? Or
what I teach people to do is eat the way they like to eat, right?
Mm.
Eat the foods that they like and wean ourselves off of the stuff that we're addicted to. I'm a big carboholic, and that's something that I cannot wean myself off from. So I have to work that in. And a lot of people are the same. We like our breads, we like our pastas, we like our rice. If we can still incorporate all of that stuff and still maintain health and wellness, hitting our protein, making sure that's primary source throughout the day, we're going to lose some body fat. We're going to maintain or gain some muscle, whatever that looks like. So, it's not so much custom per se, but I customize everybody's plan to them, to what they liked, what they want to have. If they like McDonald's, let's work it in. Let's make sure we work it in, but then work our way off to, just eat better.
Yeah.
What's more important, diet or exercise?
Diet is more important, right? You cannot outwork a bad diet.
So you mean every January, every gym out there wants to get everybody gym memberships,
Yep.
and they offer that as the solution.
They do.
But you're saying that that's one lane on the highway.
There's only one lane, and I love that entry lane, right? Let people come New Year's. Let people come now, and summer's starting to really heat up. Now it's round 2 for New Year's, right? So it's like, okay, come on in, but that's just one part of the lane. We still got to focus on our nutrition, right? If I eat 4,000 calories and I'm benching every single day, still not going to look good. I may be strong, but I'm still going to look like what I don't want to look like. So it's a big part. 80-20, I think for me, is like 80% more nutrition than it is exercise. But exercise, as we get older, especially over 40, hitting the 50s, things start to just get weak. Tendons, bones, ligaments. We got to make sure that the exercise is still part of the plan. And I mean like resistance training too, right? We can do body exercises too, but we got to train that muscle to keep on going.
Speaking about keeping on going, about time for us to take our first break here on the Mad Men of Masculinity Show, KLDC, 12:20 a.m. in the Mile High City. We'll be right back.
Boom.
Get your get the clicker, man.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
It's so funny. I'm drinking this Red Bull, and I went and got a couple yesterday, and I'm walking from the store, and this dude's like, "Hey man, put that down. All you need is some raw eggs." And I was like, "I can't stomach raw eggs. That's why I got these."
Rocky
But
Balboa.
I appreciate
There
you. Yeah, it was just so funny.
I've done that. I've done the Rocky Balboa diet.
Yeah, I don't. What was interesting is I was getting a vision check, and then my doctor was like, "Your vision's changed quite a lot. Are you pre-diabetic?" And I was like, "I'm like, first of all, this is the eye doctor. Like, why?" And then when I went to Couch Rock Men's Health to have my hormones and stuff done, I was talking about that, and it's just so funny because they're like, "Oh yeah, your A1C is kind of high," and all the doctors are like, "There's something you want to keep an eye on." I'm like, "How about I fix that?" So then I went down the rabbit hole on YouTube and all the diets, and I got on a more of a carnivore diet for a while, and then I started bringing back some carbs, sweet potatoes, and rice and stuff like that. But yeah, for a while there, I was liver and onion, steak, like that was in eggs. That was it. I was steak and egg and for months, and it was nice because then I went back to the same doctor a year later, and she's like, "Oh, your vision hasn't changed." I'm like, "No."
That was such great conversation. You got to say all that again on the air.
What the heck?
I like it. I like it. We could address that.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
We're back.
Yes, we are.
Mad Men of Masculinity,
Right here on KLDC.
12:20 a.m.
In the Mile High City.
And we are on the interwebs.
everywhere.
All
You can't
the
get rid of
interwebs.
us.
All the interwebs. We like a bad penny.
Mm-hmm.
For
Keep
real.
turning up.
We like junk mail.
Yeah. Filling up your box. Wait.
For real.
That was, did I?
See, man, see, look.
Line
He
step.
talking about getting swole. You talking about filling, man.
good thing it's.
Tell you, man. Y'all gonna find a way to get us canceled in this show,
Hey.
man. The way y'all going, man.
Hey.
I'm the only one. I'm like the straight one in the show in terms of I'm right in the middle of the lane. I'm not, too far left, too far right. I'm the innocent one, man.
Mhm. You straight
I'm
like
the good cop.
You straight like crooked letter I.
I'm the good cop, man. I got to keep y'all in check, man. 'Cause
Mhm.
y'all about to get us banned somewhere.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So we had this great conversation off there, and I said, man, that was so great. You need to bring all that back onto the air.
Why you gotta put me on blast like that? I try to put my business out in the world.
I mean, it is what it is. Now we stopping putting our business out in the world. All of a sudden, we don't put our business out in the world. no more.
well,
When did that start? You should have told me that last time when I put all my business out there.
well, when is my business?
Okay.
But no, yeah, we had a conversation. I was talking about, getting healthy and realizing that diabetes is one of those things that can sneak up on you. And I was literally getting an eye check. And my eye doctor asked me out of the blue, like, are you pre-diabetic? Because your eyesight has changed quite a bit. And I looked at her cross-eyed, like, I thought I was at the eye doctor. Why you asking me about that? And then when I went to the Men's Health Clinic and got my blood work and I asked about that, which was even still then, they're like, oh, yeah, your A1C levels are high, but that's just something you want to keep an eye on. And I was like, it's not good for me. I don't like pre-diabetic, much less even in the ballpark of diabetic. So then I changed my diet, went down the rabbit hole, went carnivore for a while, and then brought back some carbs. But I mean, I think to the point you were making before, like diet is so important because even like you said, you can work out so much, but if your diet isn't fueling you properly, then all the working out, I mean, you might even injure yourself more with a improper diet.
You could, yeah. I mean, you're not going to get the results that you're looking for. In our minds, we envision certain things, but you don't put that Big Mac down, it's going to go bad.
I tell you what, talk about fast food. I was doing so good cooking for myself and meal prepping and to bringing my lunches and hard-boiled eggs for breakfast and apples and bananas and all that. And then one day the way work went, I didn't get a chance to heat up my food. So I was like, I hadn't had Sonic in a while. Let me go get Sonic. And I mean, 30 minutes after that, literally thought I had drank poison. My body was not happy at all. It took me out for the rest of the day. I felt so miserable.
It does the same thing to me every time.
Wait a minute. Wait. I can't eat Sonic?
No, you can't. No, Sonic.
Man, I'm done. I'm done.
Look, we can work it in.
I'm done, man. I'm done.
Well, just let you know, if you're cleaning up your diet and then you go to have one of those cheat days, you're gonna feel awful.
Yeah, I'm sure you are. I mean, when we talk about changing our diet, is it a good assumption that drastic change immediately is not sustainable?
Drastic change is not sustainable. I mean, if you love Sonic, and I tell you, don't eat Sonic at all ever again.
For real?
You ain't gonna stick to that.
Yeah, I'm gonna lose your number real quick. Like,
Real quick.
Claude who?
We was boys for a minute.
Block and in spam, right? Like, you ain't gonna do it. So you gotta wean yourself off and just start making better choices overall. Again, you gotta make sure protein is priority, right? Then you just start working everything around your protein, and you make it work. And then before you know it, your body's like, yeah, I don't like this. Just like you said, his stomach's gonna hurt.
What do you mean by protein is a priority?
So protein's a priority, right? Protein is the building block. Protein's
And
the job.
first of all, obviously this is not like legit medical advice to anybody,
Correct.
So don't be out there. Don't be that dude. Like we're talking general kind of big picture stuff. Obviously, go see your doctor and all that kind of stuff. We're just talking general conversation.
We're
just
talking
having healthy conversation.
Yeah, we're just talking in my experience.
Yeah.
Okay,
so I wanted to get that out of the way right here, so that nobody tries to get all stupid. You know how people are these days.
Well,
So,
he said it was
yeah,
on
he
the
said.
internet, so it must be true.
So back to the protein thing.
Yeah, I mean, protein is a building block, right? Protein's only job is to build, rebuild, construct any organ tissue within the body. That's your hair, skin, nails, muscle tissue, cellular, like DNA deep down. That's what protein's going to rebuild. So if you get like a sprained ankle, your body's going to send protein elements to that sprained ankle to start the rebuilding process. So if we're underutilizing our protein, which most American diets are, they're usually carb and fat based, right? That's why it's so hard to get away from that stuff too, because they taste delicious. But at the same time, we got to get that protein in to support our body's metabolism, our body's structure of rebuilding, preserving everything we want.
Are you pro like animal protein, vegetarian protein, like plant protein, or is it a mix?
Are shakes okay?
Shakes are great,
Yeah.
right? The only time shakes I think trump real food is post-workout. Otherwise, real food is king. So you got to make sure real food is good.
Wait a minute. So shakes are good after workout.
They're the best after work, in my opinion, right?
Why do you say that?
For me, I take like a whey protein isolate, right? It has very minimal carbs, very minimal fats. It's just protein, so it's like isolated, right? So that hits my bloodstream faster for faster recovery after the gym. We don't build muscle in the gym, we break it down. So if we can rebuild faster, and for me, as I get older, I keep my memories going further and further away. So I got to make sure I drink it right away. So I load up on my protein right after that. So I get that process going and allow my body to be like, okay, we can do this today.
Yeah, that's something I had to learn. I still, like you, I forget half the time, but I'm really good at the pre-workout. I'm really good at all the stuff to get me in the workout. But then after the workout, if I don't, you get, what is that 1 hour window or 30-minute window where you just go into like, was it carb log or something?
Yeah.
Where it's like your body just shuts down because it's trying to repair itself.
It's trying to repair itself. But there's also some studies out there that are saying like that's not even the case anymore.
Oh,
right?
really?
More so it's like overall throughout the day, right? If I tell you to eat 200 grams of protein and you knock out 40 grams with your post-workout shake, that makes it a little easier the rest of the day, even if it takes longer than that 1 hour window to get more protein in there. Think of a lion, right? A lion eats and devours in one setting a bolus amount of protein and can go days without eating it. But it's that overall consumption that's more important, that your body's going to utilize it.
So how many grams of protein a day?
So for me, the way I coach, I tell everybody just keep it simple. There's so many calculators out there, just 1 gram of protein per target body weight, right? So whatever your goal body weight is, that's how many grams of protein you should be taking in.
Dude, that's a lot of protein.
That's not actually, right? So you figure the RDA, the recommended daily allowance, is 0.8 grams per kilogram of body weight. So for me, I'm 200 pounds. That's maybe like 80 grams of protein for me that I need a day. But that's just to prevent malnutrition, right? That's if I go to a hospital and I'm in a coma, that's all they're going to give me just to keep me alive. The bones, the organs, the heart, the lungs, everything that's a muscle, my muscle tissue that I've worked so dang hard for. I need more and more and more protein. We can take in 3 to 4 times the amount that we actually need.
Well, that brings up a good point, because you got to think about, what are you doing? Are you just trying to maintain or survive,
Right.
or are you trying to build and like grow, and then
Big difference.
adjusted that? Because you see some of the guys, I mean, you look at like Rock's Instagram or whatever, and his 10 meals a day of gigantic portions of protein and eggs and stuff like that. It's like, I don't need all that, but that suits his lifestyle.
Right, exactly. Yeah. The size, he's like 6'5" or something.
6'5", 2 something,
Yeah,
like 250.
So, I'm 5'6". I'm going to grow up a little bit. So I'm 5'6", 200 pounds. Like that's a big difference. I'm not going to need the amount of protein he needs in, and he would suffer if he had my amount. Right. So, you just got to go off your plan. What are you looking to do? Make sure your protein's dominant, 1 gram of protein, and then look at your calories. Make sure you're in a deficit to lose body fat, maintenance level if you want to just kind of stay the same, or a surplus if you're trying to grow.
What can you OD on protein? Like, can you have too much protein?
Yes and no.
Does it back you up? Is that what happens? You get like
so
cheese?
The only way it backs you up is if you're having poor quality,
Yeah.
and if you're not used to taking in a bolus amount of protein.
What's poor quality?
So you figure you go, let's say fish, right? Wild caught fish is great quality. Farm fish, fed fish is poor quality. So it's just the quality of what they're getting in, right? So it's not the best quality. It's not lean. So now you're like, okay, if I'm getting this, I'm either going to lose weight or I'm going to lose muscle. Something's going to happen on that scale, but composition, what are we chasing? That's what I coach people on. It's like, okay, let's be realistic and get some goals going to where we're like, cool, let's get that protein in. And that's hard for a lot of people, right? You're right. It's hard to get protein in, but there's ways around it. We can make plans together to say, hey, 25, 30 grams of protein every time we eat something. That's going to help knock down quite a bit.
And see, that's hard because, we're all on the go kind of lifestyle and pace. And, you wake up and you get ready in time enough to walk out the door, and then, then you get to wherever you work and then you're doing your thing. And normally you're most of us sit down all day, and then maybe you go grab something and then you're on your way to somewhere else. And, it's hard to be that methodical with the lifestyle that most of us have.
It is, right? And everybody is very sedentary, right? We sit on our butts all day long, majority. It's good to go out for walks, good to get some movement going, go to the gym, but it's finding out, okay, how many meals do I typically eat a day? So I look at somebody's plan and say, you're averaging 4 meals a day. Cool. Let's make sure we're breaking down protein. So we got that post-workout shake. 1 serving is what people typically do on that post-workout shake. Let's go above and beyond, right? I'll do 2.5, sometimes 3 scoops a day, especially in my busier days where food is not going to be very available for me later. I'll load up protein earlier in the day, and then I'll have some protein bars, or I'll have some beef jerky sticks. I'll have something in there, and then shakes. Shakes is one of the easiest, most convenient way to just slam it and go.
We'll have to get you to edit or review my diet consumption on this next segment, because I start off with the protein shake, and then throughout the day I'll have my pre-made this and that. But to Kirk's point, sometimes it just like the Sonic incident, it doesn't work out.
Right.
And for restaurants, carbs and sugar is cheap, right? And so that's why when we even if you go to a nice restaurant, you sit down, they might give you a plate full of food, but the protein content of that plate is fairly low compared to the ratio of the rest of the carbs and sugar and all that kind of stuff that they have on their plate. So because it's cheap, and again, we're on the go, and drive-throughs, they're not trying to do a Claude plan.
They don't care. Right?
Well, and it's a business too, so it's like all the MSG and all the other additives in the food that make it taste better, but then it leaves you wanting more. Versus if you have, I noticed when I really started the protein diet, kind of like the lion, if I ate a good amount, I wasn't really hungry for a while. I didn't have those snack urges.
Protein satiating, right? So it actually slows down the digestion throughout the gut, and it's hard for your body to break down. So it takes longer. So you're feeling a little bit more comfortably full rather than feeling like a fool because you overate.
So we never answer this. Can you OD on protein?
Yes and no, right? Again, I can take in 4 times the amount of protein that I actually need at my lean muscle mass, right? Which is about 175 without any body fat whatsoever. If I'm taking in 4 times the amount, my body's going to utilize it. It's going to have to go to my tendons. It's going to go to my hair. Hopefully come back.
I'm about to say, you must be at a deficit.
I'm at a deficit of my protein, but my beard looks good.
Yeah, for real.
Well, that's the problem when you age. It changes its location. It starts moving down.
You got the southern hemisphere on your head to take care of.
Pretty. You got to be pretty.
Yeah, hey, man, I'm with you on that one. And so it's going to use it.
It's going to use it. It's going to utilize it. So, it does raise some creatinine levels in your bloodstream. So you do got to be kind of watching it with a doctor too, or a specialist, dietitian, somebody who can help look at those labs and say, yeah, let's back down a little bit. But more times than not, man, your body's going to utilize all the protein you're going to get.
And then, so you said a word, because I know one of the kind of supplements that people take and a lot of people put in their shakes is creatine.
Yes.
Same thing as creatine?
No, a little bit different, right? Creatine is an energy rebuilder. So it refills your energy cells, your muscle cells. It pumps up with water. So you got to stay hydrated, making sure that, and so when you're in the gym, creatine helps you get more of a better workout, more of extra sets, extra reps. Those last couple ones that you're like, God, I wish I could have done 2 more. That's where creatine is going to come in. Creatinine is something totally different. Lab work is like, you got too much protein in your bloodstream. What's going on here?
Yeah.
So
that creatine is a game changer, especially when you don't take it. Because when I first started working out again, I was getting leg cramps and my calves were waking me up in the middle of the night, I'm cramping up because I wasn't taking enough creatine to get that, hydrated muscle tissue.
There's creatine in food too.
Oh, that's true.
Speaking of hydrated muscle tissue,
hydrate my muscle tissue.
That's a perfect segue for a break.
Okay. If you say so.
Mad Men of Masculinity, KLDC 1220. We'll be right back. Oh,
what'd you say about my muscle tissue?
We talk about my muscle tissue, man.
We talking about my fat muscle tissue. My fat mama.
Oh man, this is
that's
good stuff.
What are some of the best proteins? I know it's
come on, man, you can have these good conversations off the air, man. Dude, these are like dime conversations you be trying to have when ain't nobody listening.
They're listening. You listening? Get all in my business.
These are like, I'm like, man, that's a great question.
Okay, I will hang on to that question till
man.
This guy.
Here we go.
Can't do nothing right. And we're back.
We are back.
I almost got kicked out of the studio for asking questions.
Man, we up here. I mean, you keep asking these dope questions off the air. And I'm like, come on, man. We got the Mile High City listening to us, man. We sitting up here at 5280, airwaves going all over the place. We all up and down the Front Range, man. Our coverage areas, like million people. I don't know. And you asking these great questions off the air.
3 million people, by the way.
Sure,
And guess what? I'm gonna keep my question myself now. You keep getting
It's a great question, man.
But no, I
Great
mean,
question.
in my experience, especially talking about the protein powders, things like that, like you have to kind of go through a process of finding what works for you.
Right.
I know I started with something. I was like, oh, I'll try that one, and even the ones that work for me, depending on the day, it can be I can keep it all in, and sometimes it's like hit the eject button. It's like it's going to clean you right out. So, what are some of the best like protein powders, like the cleanest or the most organic or natural?
It's protein powder is going to come down to preference, right? So we got to make sure it mixes well. So there's slow temperature processed protein, which is what I love to use every single day, right? The difference is like if you
I went to public school, slow
temperature processed, right? So let me
Like,
break that down.
it's like cold pressed juice,
Right, it's the best. So let's say you take a piece of chicken, you put it on your barbecue grill, crank that sucker up all the way. How fast is that going to cook? Probably within minutes, right? But it's going to be rubbery. It's going to taste like your shoe. You ain't going to chew it. Your jaw's going to get a workout, but that's about it. You ain't going to be able to digest it. There's nutrients are gone. Put that in a slow cooker all day long, simmering, and you can reheat that over and over all week long because the nutrients are better preserved. So if a protein powder that you really, really like, it should say on the back somewhere on the ingredients somehow, slow temperature processed. That is going to absorb better in your stomach and not hit that eject button for you.
Excuse me, I need to do a little Google searching.
For real.
Amazon.
I got a bag. The bag I get is from Costco. I hope it's good.
Oh, that's you. That you already messed up there.
They got
man. I'm saying, dude.
As long as it sits well for you and it works, and you get results, then we're good.
Now I need to read the back of the bag.
What is in this? Oh, arsenic. Oh, that's not supposed to be in there.
I mean, I'm affiliated with an addiction recovery ministry organization, and a lot of guys there started kind of a workout trend. There's a WhatsApp group, and everybody texts when they're working out and all this other kind of stuff. And so, we've been talking about a lot of these things, and I've been really kind of into it. Like I was saying, for the past 3 or 4 months or whatever, man. And I've seen personal changes and benefits and all those kinds of things. So all of this is fascinating.
As long as you've seen the benefits, man, and your stomach's going well, you have no issues, you're good. Like you don't have to find something specific that works for everybody because everybody's different.
Yeah.
Right. But for me, I use a company called First Form where there is slow temperature process. And I got root beer float post-workout shake right now.
Ooh.
Man, that sucker's money. That's my go-to. It's on repeat every month. Just order some juicy watermelon.
Do they got a creamsicle one? Do they have
got a cream?
No, they don't, man. You playing my emotions.
Nope.
Smokey, you playing my emotions, Smokey. Smokey, you
love it.
playing my emotions, man.
I make my
creamsicle.
I make my own. Like my breakfast shake every morning is like 2 scoops of protein powder, and I add in my pre-workout, my aminos, my citrulline malate, and I think that's it usually. But then I'll also have like my creatine and pre-workout for after. But I'm gonna have to check out First Form because that's all. I always get vanilla, and then I add the orange juice and sometimes pineapple to make the creamsicle taste. But
what?
Creamsicle makes it.
So you make yours like a juice?
Well,
I just put mine in milk,
homemade.
Well,
I don't know. Is that good or bad? I don't know.
Depends on if you like milk.
Depends if you like milk.
I got to use the lactose-free milk because
lactose is make you stinky.
Ooh, it be getting real up in that.
It also makes you like more mucusy too.
Man, my dog don't like to be under the covers when I drink some regular milk. Man, the dog be like,
I'm telling you, try this. Do you like orange juice? Try a vanilla powder with orange juice and chase like a dreamsicle or a creamsicle. It's
vanilla powder with orange juice.
So good.
I'm gonna
so
get
good.
And you said slow temperature process.
That's
boom.
It. That's it.
I'm on that. And then because normally, and so when you do the creatine like in a powder, after a workout or beginning of the day,
anytime, whatever works for you.
As long as it's
once a day.
As long as it's in there once a day.
Right. It's just the consistency, right? You talked about consistency. Yeah. That's one thing with your diet. With creatine, it's consistency.
Yeah.
Just got to stay hydrated because if you don't, then you're wasting your time taking it. You want to fill those cells.
I never thought about putting protein powder in a juice though.
Like good stuff.
I never thought about that, man.
Well, I mean, as long because I have my little Ninja blender, so I blend it all up, so it's like it's nice and smooth. And but that's frothy. My breakfast. Oh yeah, it's frothy and good. Yeah. It's like having a milkshake basically in the morning for breakfast, and then with that pre-workout powder, I don't need coffee most of the time. I got to be real tired because there's enough caffeine in there to keep me going.
I need to try that.
Yeah, if you do that first thing in the morning, you know how caffeine sensitive you are, Kirk. You know, you have that, you'd be good until
Real.
It's
time to go
always
to
good to
bed.
get protein first thing in the morning. Anyway, so
Yeah.
it's perfect.
Is it like right
Yeah.
when you wake up?
Like first thing, right? Because
Yeah.
you figure you wake up fasted, your
Yeah.
bloodstream's like, what do we got? We got some sugar. We need something else.
But does orange juice spike your insulin?
it can, right?
Does that? But it's
But so does
that's what I'm saying.
protein. Protein spikes your
Oh,
insulin.
okay.
But
Gotcha.
it's what are we doing, right? So if I spike my insulin and I go back to bed,
That's not good.
that's not good because that insulin is there to help energize you, right?
Mhm.
If I go do that and go to the gym, it's going to process better.
Or do that in the morning and go to work, whatever.
Or
whatever.
just get going. Yeah,
Yeah.
just get going right off the bat.
See now I feel better about myself. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
See, he's already working.
You're doing it right.
Already doing it.
You're doing a
I'm
good
telling
job.
you, man, I just learned it, man. I'm gonna try that, man.
Dude, it's so good.
I'm not a big vanilla
Mhm.
flavor kind of
I
guy,
can't
though,
do
man.
But when you add it with
But,
the
but
orange
in that
juice,
way, I could, but I couldn't get like my big Costco bag of powder because that'd be a lot. I like chocolate, man. I'm just saying.
I'm
Right.
a chocoholic.
I like
Yeah.
chocolate, dude. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
you do you. I'm just saying. It's
Once
good.
you go chocolate,
It's hard to go
I'm
back.
just saying, dude.
It's hard to go
It
back.
is what it is, man. All right, Claude. What do you think about this guy? That guy. I don't even know his name, but you see in the commercials. This is a metabolism killer. This is a metabolism
Yeah,
killer.
I know what you're
This
talking
is a
about.
metabolism killer, and don't be like. I mean, what do you think about that guy? What does he even talk about? Do you know?
Yeah, he's talking about what's killing metabolism, basically,
Yeah.
right? But he's throwing out different things that either can kill your metabolism on you,
Yeah.
or on me, it may not. So it's going to come down to what are we consistent with, what's working, right? Am I getting my protein in? Am I getting my movement in? Am I drinking my water? Am I getting my fruits and veggies?
Yeah.
We're going to be able to get that metabolism back up really easy, especially hitting that gut first too. That's a priority with the protein. Like I always get my produce. My dietitian coach always calls it P squared, right? Protein and produce. So something in there where that fiber is going to slow down that digestion,
Ooh.
get that good bacteria in your stomach, and then then your metabolism gonna come back up. You're gonna feel a lot better.
What if I make one of them dreamsicle smoothies, but it put an apple in there?
Do it, man. Blend that.
What do you
sucker
think?
up. It's gonna be good.
Oh,
Try it out.
Mm.
So do you go kind of just subscribe to like the blood type diets or the these kind of personalized diets that go on your either blood type or whatnot? Because I know
Look
there's
at 'em. Yeah.
it seems very interesting because I
It
know
is
like
interesting.
I'm AB positive and then it says it's like the omnivore, you can eat it whatever,
Right.
which I do, but as I'm getting older I'm kind of bringing that down a little bit.
Right. Yeah. No, it works. Everybody's different, right? I mean, if it works for you, great. If it don't, I've tried it. I've looked at mine. I'm a B positive. It just didn't work. So if it works for you, you get your results. You can stay consistent to that's the best diet. Can you stay consistent to it? And is it high protein?
Right.
That's it.
So consistency is the main thing.
Consistency is key.
Yeah.
Right. And keep it simple, sexy.
Mm.
So make sure that it's simple. What is my protein likes?
Mhm.
I'm going to keep a top 5 list and I'm going to rotate that.
Mhm.
Most people tell me all the time, I can't eat all the same protein. I can't eat chicken all the time. I can't eat, but look at your food list. You're eating this all the time. You're eating chips all the time. So you do recycle a lot of it. So can we put some protein in there? If you're going to eat chips, cool. Can we put some protein in there? Right. Nachos is my game. I will have nachos all day, but I'll load that up with chicken all day long.
Nice.
Real.
Right.
I know that's one of the things that's really helped me is I found that they have some sauces from Panda Express at the grocery store.
Mhm.
And I was doing my chicken and rice and broccoli. And then I started adding some of those sauces in. Yeah, I didn't like orange chicken sauce or the sweet chili sauce or whatever. And it's like, man, I'm having good food. And it's my rice, my grains, my broccoli, my chicken, and
Perfect.
it's pretty good. And then
And
of
some
course
Panda Express sauce?
they got Panda Express sauce in
You're
jar
not lying, man.
at King
I've
Supers.
seen them.
And it's dangerous, baby, because there's a lot of sugar in there, but God, it tastes so good.
Mhm.
Real?
Oh my God.
Wow.
But you talk about, and I think that's why I had such a reaction to the Sonic, because I've been doing that for a while. So I was eating much cleaner. And, to your point,
That's it.
people they don't want to eat chicken and rice all the time.
No.
Well,
I
you
can't.
add a little bit of sauce or you add a little bit of this, you can change it up a little bit, like chicken and broccoli or beef
Yeah.
and broccoli or something like that. I mean, just change it up a bit.
You can change it up, right? If you have chicken, broccoli, and rice all the time, put some sauce in there. Now you got Mexican food.
There it is.
Put some salt and soy sauce in there. You got Chinese food. Like it
Put some
it
curry in
works.
there. You got some Indian food.
You got some Indian food, right? Change it up. But for me, I got to play with my flavors and I got to make some variety in there. So, chicken, fish, steak, things that I really love and I know I'm going to eat. They're in my non-negotiable list.
And a lot of that stuff takes planning. It takes some
Little prep.
forethought,
Little
right?
prep.
Not necessarily full on
No.
cook all my meals on Sunday for the
I
whole
don't do
week kind of
that.
thing, but just But you do got to think about it. You
Yeah.
got to think about what do I have around the house, because what you have around the house is the stuff you're gonna eat.
More than likely, right? You got to get rid of those cookies or hide them real well.
Even Girl Scout cookies.
Yeah.
Not the mint ones.
I was about to say, man, come on, man.
Put those in the freezer.
Man, if you're going after my Thin Mints, I got to draw a line
No,
somewhere,
no.
man. We got problems then.
You know, this First One company actually has a thin mint flavor protein.
Uh-oh.
It's so good. Like
Yeah.
I can't stay away from thin mints.
All right. So we talked about it before because it was brought up to me yesterday because I was walking by with a Red Bull. Some guy's like, hey, man, throw that stuff away. Just drink raw eggs. I'm like, I can't stand my raw eggs. But you said you did the Rocky diet.
did.
Like break that down. Because, I mean, you see all this craziness in movies and TV about drinking raw eggs and raw meat and all this stuff. And it's like, it looks dangerous to me.
It is dangerous, right? I mean, salmonella or E. coli or whatever it is that you can want to spell or say. Like, I did it. Thankfully I didn't get sick. I swallowed it. I was able to get it down, but that was one time only. I couldn't do it again.
Okay, so that was just a one shot. You weren't like just doing it all the
I
time.
was not. No. Plus, my mom and dad was like, nah, "Those eggs are too expensive. You can't do
Yeah.
You can't be drinking our eggs.
That's what they make frying pans for.
that." So, yeah, but I mean, you could try it if it works for you. Great, but you gotta be cautious with stuff like that.
I like to make I do turkey bacon and then a fried egg with some cheese on an English muffin. Man, that's my favorite. Like,
I hate to bring it to you, but that ain't bacon. That's turkey.
Turkey bacon?
It ain't bacon.
Dude, turkey bacon though. Bacon be good, but I do it with turkey bacon, man.
Yeah, oh my god, bacon. And that's one of the things too. It's like I think you were kind of alluding to it before about all the fat and starches and things, but sometimes like some animal fat is good if you don't have enough of it, like for the body, I can't remember all the stuff that goes into like the bloodstream with the fat, but it's like actually good for you. But people have demonized it so much that they stay away from it. Then now they're deficient.
Right. And you got to make sure that you're getting some good fats in there too, right? I mean, we want good cholesterol. We want cholesterol. It's good for us. But we want good healthy fats, good healthy stuff that's in that stuff. So
you want that HDL, not the LDL.
Yeah, exactly, right? You want your good stuff. So getting some nice high omega-3s. We talked about fish before. Wild caught fish is the best, right? They're loaded with omega-3s, and it's good for your brain. Helps feed your brain, helps reduce joint pain and inflammation in the body whatsoever. We usually need about 2 to 4 grams a day. That's a lot. Most people, they go to Costco, they buy the big bulk, and they have to take like 16 pills just to make that work.
Wow.
Right? If you look at the bottle and it says 2 servings, and you look how many, we want like 900 EPA and 600 DHAs and some other omegas that are thrown in there. We want that 2,500 milligrams worth or more. So that's like 16 pills. I can't do it.
So I'm not going to get my good fat by eating hog maws and pig feet and pig ears and pig snout and
you need some of that Alaska caught salmon, that fresh stuff.
No wonder your stomach's messed up.
I'm not saying me, man. I ain't saying me.
Every time I'm in the kitchen, you in the kitchen.
Somebody I know, man. There's somebody I know. Speaking of knowing, man, we better know us a break.
Let's know that break.
We'll be right back. Mad Men of Masculinity on KLDC. Boom.
I'm not even going to ask my question now. I'm going to wait.
Yeah, don't say nothing. You ain't allowed to talk till we get on there because you be asking too good of questions for real. For real.
All right, well, if you're watching this after the fact, make sure you like and subscribe, hit that little bell icon, and check out our man Claude because we're going to talk about his online program.
Yeah,
you can work out with this dude online.
That's where we're going next. Man. That's exactly
worldwide.
And if y'all watching us here, this is the recording of our over-the-air radio show, and so we're here every Monday. We do a little live stream. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook,
Spotify, Pandora, Apple,
anywhere you get podcasts, all that kind of stuff, man. But yeah, this is the real.
But that's why we're keeping it clean because it's FCC don't like the words.
Yeah, for real. So when you talk about getting swollen, and they be
rotund. I said rotund.
Yeah. All right.
I don't even remember what I said. Yes, we are back.
We be back.
We be back.
We be back.
Like Fat Albert. Hey.
Man, our guy Claude, man, you got to be part of the Mad Men Mafia now, for real, man. This is like real deal stuff, man. Like,
I love this.
This is practical stuff. And speaking of practical, like you literally help people.
Literally,
I mean, you literally help people in their journey towards health. How do you do that?
Yeah, so I do everything online. Right, so I coach you, I get you in the app, look at your macros, we talk about your goals, we make realistic goals, And we just break down, okay, let's start logging. Let's start making some changes. I'll look, make sure we're filling in the gaps of the known and the unknown. As long as you got progress going, man, you're feeling good. Like, I'll check in on you almost every day.
So it don't have to be people like here in the neighborhood. You talking about virtually anywhere.
I can do people in the neighborhood, right?
Oh,
We
yeah,
do
yeah,
face-to-face,
yeah,
but
yeah.
everybody in the world. I got people in Chicago. I got people Wyoming. I mean, that's not that far, but still, like, I can help anybody anywhere.
And we'll bring it up again at the end, but how do people get a hold of that? Like, where can they find you?
Yeah, you got to get on me on Instagram. Like, that's probably the easiest way, or email. So I can hook you up, get a consultation going.
What's the Instagram name?
Instagram is
Jason's gonna type it in.
You got it.
Everybody type it again.
Unwavering_coaching. That's my Instagram.
Boom. Digging that, man.
Right, you can hit me up on that.
Put it in the comments.
I'll send you a link, man. So I like to do free consultations as much as possible.
Yeah.
Right? Help people out, look at their diets, about an hour's worth, sometimes a little longer if need be.
So if somebody gets a hold of you, let's say Jason reached out to you and he said, "Hey, Claude, I need some help, man. Let's help me out." Like, how would he start with you? Like, what would you do?
Right, we set up that call. Right, so it's either in person, we can meet up somewhere, sit down, have some coffee, or have some lunch, whatever it might be, or we can jump on a Zoom call or Google Meets, whatever it takes, and we can just talk about.
And what's that first conversation gonna look like with Jason?
It's going to talk about what you look like as far as your diet goes. Like, what is your preferences? What do you want to achieve? What are your goals? Composition? Are you trying to improve your blood work? Like, overall, what's your goals and how can I help you get there?
Why are you making it out about me, man? What about
Because, man, you earlier said you wanted to talk about what your routine, your diet.
Oh, yeah,
all that kind of
because
stuff. That's what I'm seeing.
I thought I was doing okay. I'm just asking the expert.
That's it.
Ask him.
I did.
He did.
Oh,
And he said I did good.
He did great.
man.
Yeah.
See, trying to throw me under the bus. See how it happened?
You under the bus.
Yeah, they ain't happening around here.
They happen. You too cool to be caught. So people reach out to you, and then so you walk them through and basically individualized
plan. Yeah, like I start logging. I share my screen. Start logging the foods that they typically eat, and then we look at the shocking factor of, man, the protein hasn't been like I thought it would.
Wow.
Right? Like if I eat chicken wings, chicken is protein, right? But if you look at it, it's like 6 grams of protein.
Yeah.
Loaded with fat.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, so we got to really think this through and make sure, okay, where can we make the adjustments? What do you like? What don't you like? What have you tried? What have you not tried? Like we put a nice plan together within that 60 minutes.
I like the fact that you take the time to personalize a plan for somebody, and you're not trying to do the shock and awe like a lot of them do, where it's like you got to stop everything and go over here. It's like you wean them off.
Realistic.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not gonna stick to it.
Right.
No.
Right? Like you said, you're gonna lose my number.
Well, that's why everybody, every gym in America is full from like January 5th until January 17th, and then they're empty again.
And they're empty again.
Because everybody try to go too hard, too fast.
That's it.
That's the biggest thing. And I'm glad you brought that up. Thank you very much, Kirk.
See,
because trying to be fit after 40, I know I have hurt myself more often than not when I try to do my younger man workouts. And there's been a few times where it's like, I remember when Kirk doesn't believe it, but I used to train in an MMA gym.
Yeah, right.
And one of the reasons I
You
quit.
can't even spell MMA.
I just did MMA, whatever, fool. But I was sparring with an 18-year-old kid, and he blocked a kick and broke my foot. And I'm like, and I was 35, I think, at the time. And I'm like, I think I don't bend anymore. And I think that's another thing we have to look at as older men is like our bodies don't do the same things in the same way anymore. You break now.
You can break easy, right? I mean, it doesn't take much. You can get out of bed and break.
Yeah.
I hurt myself every night sleeping. I don't know. I rolled over the wrong way.
That's it. So,
but it does feel good when you see progress. It does feel good when you make changes. I believe in the Kaizen kind of outlook or perspective of small measurable changes projected out over time.
Right. Small steps, right?
Just, like you said, a degree. And the next thing you know, you start to see changes and other people start to see changes. And
that feels good.
All those kind of good things, man. I'm waiting for Jason to notice my changes. Everybody else I know be like, oh, great, man. He be ignoring me, man. He ain't trying to give me no love.
You know why? Because I know I fell off. I'm like, nah, he's gonna surpass me. So I'm not gonna say nothing until I get back in the gym.
Oh man, crabs in the bucket.
Silent motivation.
Hey, what about eggs? One of the things I started doing, like I would at the beginning of the week, I'll boil a dozen eggs or something like that, and I'll have I'll just put them in a bowl in the refrigerator. Then every day I'll take up maybe a few eggs to work with me or something like that.
Yeah, you can do that, right? You can make deviled eggs with that stuff. That's like 6 grams of protein in there. So
yeah,
you just gotta stink up the room, smell like eggs, but hey, whatever.
It's better than me having regular milk.
Yeah.
Probably the truth.
That's very
Yeah,
true.
it won't be as smelly as that for real.
Now, as far as like, we talked about a little bit about, animal protein and vegetable protein. What
Yeah.
are the best ones? I know like spinach. What are some of the best vegetables for protein? Because I know a lot of folks out there, they want to go vegan and they're so worried about not getting enough protein. But isn't there a lot more protein in a lot of?
Spinach got protein.
Spinach got a
Spinach
lot of
got
protein.
I didn't know that.
It's like 8 grams or something.
There's some, like maybe a cup's worth.
What?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
like
so
That's why Popeye got all swollen off the spinach.
Oh, that makes sense. I didn't know that. I didn't realize that.
yeah,
Learning something in public school.
For real, public school. He ain't taught me nothing.
But what are some of the best like high protein vegetables?
Yeah, so you can do like edamames, right? Edamames, 1 cup of edamames is 17 grams of protein.
But I heard that was like estrogen producing or something like that. I heard
There's some
edamame
soy.
was like like soy and it's not good for you as far as estrogen.
Well, it depends what your goals are, but some studies are showing it's really not as effective as they thought once before.
Mhm.
Right. So again, what is the overall consumption? We can overconsume certain things, but still have other things included with it that will still support the growth.
Gotcha. So a little bit of edamame. I'm not growing man boobs.
You ain't no,
All right,
not at all.
that's cool.
Nope.
I won't be like Jason.
Anyway, what else you got as far as good protein vegetables?
And you can do almost anything, but any vegetables, legumes. You can do, a lot of. I got some plant-based clients as well, so that they don't want anything as far as animal-based goes, and that's cool,
Yeah.
right? Because I support that. Whatever their journey is, let's find ways to get that in. Sometimes the hardest way to get that protein in, even though there's protein in some of these vegetables, is the protein shake.
Yeah.
Right? And that's probably like the bad part about it that I don't like, but it is what it is.
Well, you ain't got to worry about me because ribeyes are my fatty ribeyes.
Mm.
Oh my god,
Yeah, I like that.
the
That'd be good.
best. I just feel good after that. I feel like a wolf, a werewolf. Like I got a shiny coat with all that fat and that meat. Oh,
That'd be good.
yeah,
That'd be
digging
cool.
it.
it's so good, so good.
And it'll settle in and sit right up on you good. You can get you some sleep.
Yeah.
That's it.
So while we're talking food, making everybody hungry out there, how can people find you? Is it just Unwavering Coaching at Instagram?
On Instagram, yeah. I'm on TikTok as well. Same,
Okay.
same, my name, first name, last name, Claude Olguin. And then, or you can email me at
How you spell Olguin? Because
OLGUIN.
boom.
You in now?
That's
cool.
it. Email me, let me know. I'd be more than happy to put things together.
Yeah, man. I love the concept of being able to have a resource, just to reach out to somebody and do a custom thing for you. Because like I said, we all got our routine, we all got our schedules,
That's it.
we all got our patterns, all that kind of stuff. One of the challenges is, let's say, like a guy like me. Okay, so I'm married, right? And sometimes, me and my wife are on the same or in sync in terms of diet and all that kind of and routine, but sometimes not.
Right.
She worked nights and I might work days, and so it's hard to coordinate like what we have in the house or what food we have because we got kind of different stuff going on. And so, but to be able to have a resource where you can kind of customize some stuff, man, I think that's real cool.
Yeah, I can do that. I got couples too, right? I coach husbands and wives, and my app can actually share recipes or whatever you guys put together. Biggest thing to do is get that protein, right? First, again, that protein's first, and then surround everything else around that.
Yeah.
Right. Whether or not your wife wants veggies and you don't, cool.
Is protein good for women too?
Protein's great for women.
Really?
Right. So super, super important. Being able to make sure that bone density stays nice and thick, and you can actually regain some bone. There you go. So load up on the protein.
Yeah, especially when your cycles sync like that in the household.
See. You think I'm the only one? See, you thought I was the only one, man. You thought I was the only one, taking shots, man. But it goes both ways. I always I'm very confident that it's coming back at me. It's coming back at me.
No, but we want to thank you so much because
thank you.
it's such an uphill climb, especially if you get to that age. You're like myself. Like I was always just kind of naturally healthy, and then I get to a point I'm like I'm not so healthy anymore.
Right.
And then it's such a Pandora's box. Like go to the gym, eat this, don't eat this. Like Kirk was even talking about. You get on YouTube, somebody's like, don't ever eat this, and then the next guy's like, eat all of that.
Yeah,
it's like eggs back then. Yeah, it's like was it like last 50 years of eggs? They're great, they're bad, they're horrible, they're great, they're bad, they're horrible.
What about alcohol?
So alcohol you got to be cautious with that, right? I mean, drink responsibly, but at the same time, there's like 7 calories per gram of alcohol. It's empty calories, right? There's no nutrient density to it. So once you start drinking it, your body says, I don't care about your goals. We got to get this toxic out of here. So you just got to be cautious. But as long as you track it, you can manage it. And that's I had a client one time, former fire. Well, he's still a firefighter, but former client of mine. He loved to drink, and I'm like, okay, let's just log it, and make sure your calories are still hit and your protein's hit. That dude got shredded. But again, you got to be cautious with it.
Of course, he's a firefighter carrying 1,000-pound hoses up ladders and stuff. But...
Well, he was a captain, so he was pointing. You do that. So,
well, maybe he carried a ladder one time or another.
Yeah,
but
at one point,
the individual aspect in terms of what people's not only individual goals are, but as we keep saying, your lifestyle, your schedule, your routine, all that kind of stuff, man. But so either way, it sounds like, man, the one thing that we've been coming back to every time, the home plate in this baseball field is protein.
That's it, man. That's your home plate right there. You dress everything around that, you're gonna win.
Yeah, if you're over 40, if you see everything slipping, if what was nice and tight is now not so tight, it's time to talk to our man Claude and time to make a plan, because you get responsible with your bills, you got your house, you got your kids, but then now it's time to look at you and figure out a plan that's going to work for you to keep you young and fit for the years to come, and not just don't listen to all the docs that are like, that's just going to happen, you're just going to hurt now. There's always ways to make yourself better.
Absolutely. Or if some stuff wasn't tight and now it is tight, them jeans, all of a sudden you can't fit in them.
Or, donut disease,
something like that. Been done.
That muffin top is not what you want.
No, not at all. I mean, getting to that time of year, it's a good time to get active and all those kinds of things, and B, it's a time where you're out, you're seen, and normally when it's hot, you wear short sleeves and shorts, and maybe you're at the pool or beach or going on vacation or whatever it is, and you want to get it tight and get it right.
That's it.
Yeah, some of y'all need to prep before the pool. You might even need to get a little sun before you bring out them twigs and berries, because it's gonna, y'all just be blinding people with them white legs. Come on, get some sunshine.
Yeah, I don't have that problem.
No. I'm just talking to the lighter, fairer skinner people around here.
Brown don't frown. Age don't age. You know what I'm saying? No, man, Claude, man, seriously, appreciate it, man. Like, this is, we love bringing like actual material and content that can help men. I mean, we a lot of times, a lot of our audience is women, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's nothing wrong with helping men.
No, man, we got to help each other out too, right? Make sure that we're still around to protect those women.
And when men are like the tide, and when the tide comes in, all boats rise. And if the man in the house is getting healthy, it's a lot easier for everybody else in the house to get healthy. So
for all you ladies that have a man that are listening and watching, hook him up with our man Claude, so he can get him on a plan, get him on those incremental steps to success.
Yeah. Now, baby steps. We'll get some blood work done. I got a great clinic that takes care of that for me too.
Nice. You got everything you need.
I got everything you need.
One-stop shop over here.
Absolutely. Speaking of one-stop shop, check us out, madmenradio.com. KLDC 1220 AM in the Mile High City, home of the Until Another Team Wins, NBA champs. Baseball team is on the rise, man. Football team's coming back, college football teams coming back too, man. So we doing our thing up here in Denver. Check us out, holler at us, let us know what you like, what you didn't like. Let us know if you hate us, hit that like button, hit the heart, and I'm sure it'll get rid of you. You'll never see us again. Put a big comment in there and all those kind of good things.
Make sure you get very eloquent with how much you hate us in the comments, because we appreciate all that feedback. And for all of you in the Denver metro area, mark your calendars. August 24th at the Parker Schoolhouse is the Masculine Empowerment Network Summit. Yours truly, Mr. Kirk M. Samuels, and several other amazing speakers will be there. It's about men coming together, about men uplifting and networking together. And we're going to have some amazing sponsors. So it's a day to put on your calendar. It's a day to come out and meet some great men and to expand your network.
Shout out to all of our sponsors.
Yeah, Barry Hill, Overton.
And until next time,
we
Mad Men are
out.